All right, welcome everybody to this week's showing of the Group 20 wing car here at Lanes Raceway. We're about to get underway right now. I'm just setting up chat in case you want to get on and do a little chit-chatting. Shut a few of these out. Okay, so I'm having some internet issues here, folks. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. It's a little better now. I can see that. Racers, y'all ready? I'll take that as a yes. Watch your lights. All right, the same thing goes, folks. 2 community, and then you're out after 3. So we're getting started here. These cars quite quick, you guys know that. And chat is live right now. So if you want to talk on YouTube, Twitch, and I believe Facebook, just come on in and join the station. We see Guillermo. Are you running that? For those that don't know, a veteran at slot car racing also, from back in the Slot City days of me doing some GRC action. Looks like he's probably going to join in on some oval action. You see him there. It's either him or his brother. They look pretty close to the same, hooking up his controller there. Yep, that's him. There in the gray and black hat. The big view here of the high banks. As soon as my wife gets them set up, ready to race, she'll be able to help a little bit on track marshaling the orange track. Don't forget, on Friday nights, we've got Friday night lights here at Lanes Raceway. So pinball competitions, and also got some drag racing that's been taking place here recently, and some Fairview IT Cup racing. Stalled car there on the front stretch. The car of Nathaniel Burton not fully seated. You can see these cars are quite a bit faster than the GRC. It's going to take a moment for the guys to get their eyes accumulated to race it hard. We also have the microphone out for the racers in case they really do get upset out there and want to start fights or rivalries, hopefully. Not fights, but rivalries. We like rivalries, not fights. 4 red lights drop out to green. We're going back racing. Right now, Guillermo Sire out in the lead on red lanes. You see him coming up underneath Dead Man's Corner. Almost going through the S-turns there, narrowly missing a wreck between what looks to be Randy Kirtley and possibly Jay Latham there and to the backside of him. No, it wasn't Randy Kirtley. It was Bruce Bullington. Nathaniel Burton's car getting moved back just a little bit so he can get through the dead strip. Coming over to the oval, we can see Andy Carson. Can't see the other 2. Having a little bit of a circle track GRC race here. They get involved in a little bit of an incident there too. 2 of them there on the high banks. Red lights drop out to green. We're going back racing. Fast little Bumblebee cars rocking and rolling as they group up here. Will they make it through Dead Man's Corner? One of them comes completely off the track there. Let's go over here to cam 2 to get maybe a little bit better picture here. Kinley there helping out, grabbing a car from underneath the track. We appreciate that. As Guillermo Sire brings it on around. puts it on red lane. Guillermo Sire right now in the lead, followed by Randy Kirtley there on white lane. See the King Kirtley car there exiting the donut with his little King emblem there in the white. 4 red lights drop out into a green, and here we go. These cars are hooking really good. I'm not hearing a whole lot of chattering coming around the donut. Seems like everybody's hooking pretty good. Almost hooking a little too good there as we see the car of, I believe, Guillermo Sire kick out a little bit in the S turns there. To get ready kind of scared Guillermo, but that was on the other track. Music brought to you by Epidemic Sound for copyright protection purposes. Guillermo Sire coming around again to grab a car. Might be under the bridge. Little oval intermission racing here. Andy, Daniel, Chad, Daniel, and Carson. Got a stalled car here. Bruce Bullington's wing car stalled there in the high banks. Now, the groove in the high banks is a little bit deeper than the rest of the track because that high banks is almost a 45-degree angle. So the groove's dug in just a little bit deeper in that portion of the track. Today on Epidemic Sounds, we're back to the motorsports music playlist on Epidemic Sound. Pretty good platform when it comes to just adding some music to, if you're running like a place like this, you run copyrighted music, of course, for people to listen to off the radio and stuff. But if that gets caught on a live stream, you know, you have some issues. So this kind of covers all that up. And it may not be the best music in the world, but at least it keeps us out of trouble. So that you can still hear these whistling bumblebee cars go around the track. Randy Kirtley there on whites. He comes around the back stretch through Dead Man's Corner, making a pass on orange to Glenn Burden. He's got that wing car really screaming. 22 laps so far. Jackson right there behind him, actually in a chassis that Randy Kirtley gave him. So he's running pretty good. Past couple of weeks actually run pretty impressively there, getting a podium the last time that he ran the wing car series. 4 red lights drop out to green. You guys know our racers control the track with the buttons. So they hit the button on the track, it kills the track. But as soon as they get 3 strikes, they're out. So I hope they're counting. .41 seconds left to go in the first heat here. One second, folks. I'll be right back with you. 36 seconds left to go in the heat. Oh, 23 seconds left to go. I had to talk to my wife real quick. You see her back there working hard, getting sodas for us here at Lanes Raceway. Got several different kind of specialty sodas and stuff like that. Double tried and true still remain the same. Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. Guys really like those. So we see Camden, Carson, Chad, and Andy over there doing a little oval action. It's like Carson just stared through my soul when he looked in that camera. Back to the wing car race, our main event for the night pretty much. 17 seconds left to go in the heat. Randy Kirtley still on the lead with 30 laps. Jackson in second with 29. Guillermo Sire with 28. It's a close top three race here. Jay Latham, Bruce Bullington, and Glenn Burden all tied for that fourth position, trying to get themselves into that podium. As we get a red flag of rotation, our first heat down. Let's take a quick look here at the track mate. Randy Kirtley, 35 laps, 34 laps for Jackson Daugherty, 32 for Guillermo Sire, 27 Bruce Bullington, 24 Jay Latham, 24 Glenn Burden, 5 for Nathaniel Burden. Gonna bring it on over here to the oval, let you guys watch these guys in intermission while they're working on their cars. Should be going back green racing here very shortly. In a full speed run. I had a pretty good time last night running the old oval track. These guys practicing up, Camden and Carson there neck and neck. And they got a red flag rotation, so they're going to be taking a break. We're going to head her back over to cam 1 and 2 and let you watch these guys work on their cars, get their stuff set up for the next heat. We'll be back with you in about 2 minutes. All right, 4 red lights drop out to green. We're back racing yet again in this fast and furious wing car extravaganza. Randy Kirtley in first place, Jackson Daugherty in second, Guillermo Sire turning the first lap so far of this heat. 1:57 left to go. Five seconds, we'll be back racing. We got what looks to be Bruce Bullington coming off there in the horseshoe portion of the track. Now I will say this, Bruce Bullington was on fire the last time we ran this wing car series. He says, I think this might be my new baby. So, see how things go. He's going to roll the track down a little bit. Might be rolled up there on purple smidge. Charlie doing the best he can to try to push the limits to try to catch Randy. As we had Guillermo Sayers' car coming off there on green lane. Randy Kirtley taking a look at the track here. Coming up next is going to be the 4-inch super late model, as we call the debacle for this series. Usually it's Fairview IT Cup series, but this series, it's the super late model, gnarly edition. Going to be up on the oval coming up next to round up our 3 races on Sunday. All points will be added up collaboratively, and then of course my wife will have those points here at the track, and I think she posted on Facebook too, as we are in the middle of a rework on our website. Now I think our old website's still up and working, but I know my brother said he's going to simplify it. It's going to make things a little bit easier to do and get it set up for a shop in the future, so that you'll be able to just order stuff directly off of Lane's Raceway. How nice would that be? Four red lights drop out to green. Here we go. And Jackson's got Bruce laughing. Oh, so we see a little bit of a love nudge from Jackson sending Bruce off. How could you, Jackson? Jackson running out of friends and making new enemies. I like to give Jackson a hard time, if you guys can't tell. He is my cousin. I guess I can do that. Don't forget, chat is live. Music too loud. All right, hang on a second here. The music is good, but overpowering the commentary. The music is too loud. Thank you, Cough. Let me get that fixed here. How's that? Is that better? I hope you're still on watching. Turn her down just a smidge here. Sorry I'm late on that. I don't know exactly when it was that you got on. For some reason that was all the way down in the bottom left, so that was our Twitch. Still working on the chat, trying to figure things out. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead. Ooh, and a good old hard smack in there. I'm going to mute my microphone real quick. I'm going to check the live stream on my phone and see just how overpowering it is. All right, now I got the live stream up. I'm just checking the sound. All right, sounds like it's pretty good now. You it's maybe a little too low for the music, but I think it's high enough that the music in the background should be interrupted enough that I don't get a copyright strike. So that's good. 4 red lights jump out to green. Here we go. You guys are wondering what's going on here. Well, these are our standings at the end of the 4 crowns here for last year. So last year we had the late model series by Ohio Valley Lawn Care. We had the Indy Pro Car Series, Wing Car Series, and a Fairview IT Cup Series that we carried over from the previous year. Well, each time that we have the 4 crowns, we want to take at least one of these race series that we're running per Winter Series, Spring Series, Fall Series, and Summer Series. And we want to develop it to where that we pull at least one of those series for the 4 crowns whenever we run that towards the end of the year. So right now, what is eligible is this series that we're seeing and running right now, the Group 20 Wing Car. And we're also got a Group 12 Wing Car, which is every other week, or Group 12 GTP, excuse me, which runs a flexi chassis versus a wing car chassis. And then we have a hard body 4.5 inch and a 4-inch super late model, which is like Ohio Valley late model series, but it's got an Eagle motor and a lock gear ratio. But whoever wins it gets to choose out of these 4 what's going to go on to be one of the crowns for the 4 crowns. Now at the end of the year, they're going to have to battle it out and see who's the best in the 4 crowns. Of course, more crowns you get, more points you'll have at the end, and maybe get a chance to be King of Lanes Raceway. Currently, the King of Lanes Raceway is Jay Latham holding it down, and he's got a huge picture in here. Pretty much where the camera is for the high bank portion of the orange track, right underneath that is a humongous picture, life-size picture of Jay Latham. Also, Jay Latham, I hope he does continue to make boxes, as several people in the local and outside local area very interested in his slot car boxes. You can check some of those out on our Facebook page. As soon as we got those, we waited about 6 months for him to get them built. As soon as we got them, they were sold within 10 seconds of them entering the building. So that's how nice these slot car boxes are. So maybe go over to where you see that post and encourage him to make some more so we can sell some more of those beautiful boxes here at Lanes Raceway. Right now, Randy Kirtley out in the lead with 71 total laps, and we get a red flag rotation, 2 of 8. We're going to head over to the track mate here and see Randy Kirtley running pretty impressively there on red and white. 37 total laps, 5 laps better what Guillermo could run there on white, 35 on white. And we can see there's 2 of them down. Jackson there running 34 and 32 on purple and black respectively. And it looks like Glenn and Nathaniel there having some issues with their cars. They may be working that out right now. I see Nathaniel right now in the shop possibly working that out. See a little picture of me hanging out here representing Coeford and a nice little Hawaiian to keep me cool because I've got the heat on in here. You can also see some portions on the bottom left hand of your screen how I see the live stream. There goes Cotton Candy Randy and Action Jackson, my man. I like to give him a hard time, folks. Zooming in on cam 2, we can see Randy and Bruce Bullington rolling around. Here comes the Lord of 2 crowns from 4 crowns there, Guillermo Sire, top-notch racer here at Lanes Raceway. Back over to the oval, they're still racing, folks. Carson and Camden. Yeah. What's that? Huh? I know, both of y'all are going pretty quick on them cars. I mean, that's what you got to have. Luck. Did you? Yeah, I mean, G-Force will do that. 1 minute, we'll be right back with you, folks. We'll check over here. Just another thank you, Cough Syrup. That's a pretty clever name. Cough Syrup. Thank you for letting me know about the music, man. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I'll be back with you here in about 46 seconds.
Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry. Get ready.
All right, we're back racing. 1 minute and 54 seconds. Just getting this baby started. So we got two of them stalled out on red and white, Glenn and Nathaniel Burden, as they come around to get their cars ready to roll. And Nathaniel's off. He's got his car rolling. Get our first flag and made it 30 seconds for the first wreck. That's pretty good timing. As we see, couldn't see who that was right there. Glenn Burden grabbed the car. As he puts his car back on red lane.
Ready. Race starts in 5 seconds.
Randy Kirtley's still in the lead by 7 laps. Jackson really wanting to push the subject. Both of their medians, 3.32 for Randy, a 3.33 for Jackson. So they're right there neck and neck with one another, not giving an inch. Jay Latham right now turning the most laps with 20 with a 3.092 best lap. It's been a hard hit, and it looks to be a car on the back stretch there right next to Jay Latham. Looks like Bruce Bullington possibly there up on his lid. So we head over to the oval track here. We can see the Daniels brothers and Camden and Carson battling it out, running a really smooth little GRC soft body race here. Andy and Chad, like I said, back in the day, that's Andy and Chad Daniel. We used to all race together at Slot City. More so Andy. I remember rolling with Andy and Cody from back in the day. Can't say enough about the childhood memories that were made at Slot City in Owensboro, Kentucky. But I'll tell you what, man, it was a great time. I hate to see slot car tracks go that way. Not many of them left, but I'll tell you what, really good childhood memories. Still represent a couple of the trophies here at Lanes Raceway even. .40 seconds left to go, and Jackson's really giving it what he can. He's got 24 laps. Jay Latham's still turning 26. A couple laps better than everybody else right now, and his medians are 3.26. But they're all right around the 3.2 range medians. Randy picking it up to a 3.17 as Guillermo Sire comes off of the outside of the High Banks portion, or the donut portion of the track. It's got Alicia Gaddis that says, "Hey family, Dad Jay, hi Chelsea. I'll let them all know you said hi." Jackson said hi louder than anybody in here. I could hardly hear anybody else. Full red lights drop out to green. We're going back racing. I think these guys are doing an impeccable job running these wing cars. Probably the best I've seen them run them so far. Hardly any wrecks so far. And, you know, when it's when they all get clustered up, those wings start spreading out a little bit and they catch each other. A nice little let-off done by Bruce Bullington there. They narrowly missed that wing hitting him there in the S portion of the track. As we see a couple cars involved in the incident. Randy Kirtley there on white. And it looks like we had a car upside down. I don't know if that's Guillermo. Nope, Guillermo's by dead man scoring. So that must be Nathaniel Burton's car. Glenn Burton grabbing it, bringing it around to get them seated up. The same rules apply on this as all the other series races here. 2 community, 3 strikes, you're out. So the first 2 are free, and then there's 3. 3 seconds left to go. Check it out over here on the oval on our little double feature. It looks like we got the guys, Chad and Andy brothers over there, brothers in arms, working on their cars, trying to get them set back up there. Camden over there, looks like he's messing with his car there on green. And Carson, nowhere to be found. Back to our main event here in the double feature, the wing car race here at Lanes Raceway. We're going to go into our red flag rotation. Let's check out some averages here just to see where we stand. Randy Kirtley currently with 35.7. That's up there. 34 right there with Jackson. Jay Latham 31.7. Guillermo 29.7. Kind of down on his luck here. And Bruce Bullington a surprise this week as he's been a front runner here, down to a 28.3. Glenn and Nathaniel having some harsh luck with their wing cars here, down into the 10s there. But anything can happen, as you all know. We've seen it before where guys wrecked out the last 2 heats and cost them the race. I think that just happened on like Jay last week in the Super Late Model Series. So you just never know. I am kind of curious what people are going to select when it comes to the next 4 crowns bout, and they could either make it a purple or a blue crown. I mean, it's winter time, so blue's kind of a winter color, purple's a winter color for sure. But I'll let them choose the color too of the crown that they want to represent for this winter series. What, Jackson?
Race starts in 40 seconds.
Jackson says that Randy asked him if he's trying to intimidate him, and he said yeah, and he says, is it working? And Randy said no. Got Carson behind me. He's running over in the oval race right now. Don't currently have a wing car, but I think he's getting one in the future, ain't you, Carson? Getting you a wing car in the future? You like to go fast, don't you, Carson? Camden says he likes to crash a lot. I'd have to agree with that a little bit. 5 seconds for the oval starts. Let's hop back over to the oval as they're fixing to jump into, getting back into it. We see Andy there, grab his controller there in a gray hoodie. Camden's ready for black Carhartt. So far, they look all like they're running pretty good and close together. Nice clean GRC racing. 30 seconds before we go back to our main event in the wing car race. Just a taste to see what you can expect in the GRC series. If I was to vote, and this is me being in the actual series, which I'm not, but if I was to vote, I would have to do the hard body series on the oval. I think that's what it needs to be, hard body oval. I think where it's good competitive fun. Now, maybe not go to the extent of, me putting everybody's motors in and stuff, and maybe using some dye or a sticker or something to let me know that they ain't been tampering with their cars. Heading back over to the main event, we're going green. Here we go. Out of the gate, Randy Kirtley and Jackson all turning a lap. Jackson going to wreck, though, coming out of the donut portion of the track as he's got his little gold dust wing car there. We're in somewhat of an intermission here. We'll check out some of the guys on oval as they end up having a wreck here. It looks like Carson's car going to the outside up there. Chad, Andy, Camden, and Carson all having themselves a good old time on the oval. 4 red lights drop out to green. Back to the main event. Wing cars. Here we go. And a hard hit coming off the backstretch. It looked like maybe Guillermo and Glenn getting involved in an incident. Glenn's going to the inside. They're going to have to get the hooks of life here by me to bring that baby up. Or it could have been Bruce, because they're looking at Bruce's car right now. Jay is. I thought my wife was in the main room smoking. Something is smelly in there. We can't figure out what it is. Went next door, flushed the commode and everything. But I'll tell you what, she sprayed something. I thought she was in there surprising me. Yeah, it looks just like smoke. I was like, man, I guess my wife's picked up smoking as a habit. But she is. That's probably a little too much. I can smell that out here. Well, I don't know. Something smells like tacos or something in there. It's pretty brutal smelling. I ain't gonna lie. Something died in the wall. Let's just put it that way. 4 red lights to drop out to a green. We got a minute 47 seconds left to go. Randy in the lead. He's got about 6 laps on Jackson. Jackson not wanting to let up. He really wants to get a win here. Not yet having a win in the Wing Car Series. So he definitely wants one. Jay Latham in 3rd place. He's bridging the gap now, running 7 laps alongside Randy. Poised to attack with a 3.28 median, running about a 10th or so faster than Randy. So he definitely has an opportunity here to try to push up against Randy. A nice little button press there by Natty Ice, using the side track buttons made by Guillermo Sire. We appreciate that. So we get a stalled car of Bruce Bullington there on yellow. I'm going to check his braid to see if they're a little too flat. Hearing a little chatter coming from the circle portion of the track. See Carson and Camden there working on their cars. We see the brothers duo, the Daniels brothers working. Back to our main events, they got their wing cars in order. We see Nathaniel Burton's car kicked to the outside of the horseshoe there. It looks like Glenn Burton's car there also coming out of the top portion of the donut. He hits that button nice and cleanly. Might be a good habit for all racers to get involved in, hitting the button before they go back around. Heard a little bit of body slap, possibly somebody underneath Dead Man's Corner. See Carson leaving the circle track to come help out and put a car on black. Jay Latham. Looking over here at the oval real quick, looks like they're in an intermission. That was bound to happen, folks, as several cars rushed off underneath Dead Man's Corner here. You can kind of see a better angle here of several guys up underneath Dead Man's Corner. Looks like a guy coming off the backstretch too. See Nathaniel grabbing a couple of those cars. Glenn getting Jay put back on. Jay Latham's medium now dropping to a 3.41, where he was about a 10th of a second faster than Randy, maybe pushing just a little hair too much now. past the tires with the car. Randy running a nice 3.35 on blue, holding down the lead. Going to be a tough guy to beat for sure in wing car. Him back in the day when we first started doing wing cars, him and Wally from White House, Tennessee, would be neck and neck, just beating and banging on each other. Both of them are exceptionally good at running wing cars. Some of you guys probably know Wally. Minute and 3 seconds left to go in the heat. We are halfway through the main event for the Group 20 wing car race. And it sounds like the oval is starting to pick back up. So we already got a wreck over there too. It's like Chad helping out with the wrecks on that. Looks like they had to get the hooks of life out. Nathaniel did. Get a car, Bruce Bullington. Looks like Bruce and Randy involved in an incident. A little circle track racing while we wait on the main event. And another wreck there as we go 4 reds to a green. We're back on the orange rolling. Guillermo Sire and Randy Kirtley running pretty close times together. Now Jay getting his back down to that 3.2 range. So we get a double yellow flag. One on the oval, one on the orange. Looks like Guillermo Sire in another car I can't really recognize from that distance. Jackson saying he can't intimidate Randy. He's a tough nut to crack for sure. He's had plenty of years experience to not get rattled by words alone. And Jackson, definitely the mouth of the South. 38 seconds left to go. Nice little rotation for the oval as we see all the guys running really good here. See Chad down low fixing to make a pass on Camden. Oh, and he gets into Camden, sends him to the wall. Back to the main event, 34 seconds left to go. So we got Gold Dust Jackson coming off. Maybe through all his attempts to intimidate Randy, he's actually intimidated himself. Instead of worrying about Randy so much now, Randy about 7 laps ahead of him. He probably needs to worry a little bit more about Jay and Guillermo as they're starting to approach the medians quite a bit faster than Jackson. Jackson's car is exceptionally fast, so we focus in on the orange lane. We see Nathaniel Burton's car come off under the donut. In wing car racing, I find it the hardest lanes are definitely red and white for me, just simply because how quick they accelerate. Get ready. Get ready. 10 seconds left to go in the heat, and we're going to check out some track mate knowledge. That is a red flag rotation. Getting some of this track mate knowledge, we see Randy Kirtley there with 143 laps, but his average is 35.8. Now Jay Latham increasing his average to a 32.2. That's a couple points better than what we've seen before. Jackson holding down 34, so he's actually increased his back up from a 33. So, tight racing between these top three. Guillermo now increasing his back to a 31.2, so he's coming back from a deficit there on that green lane. So we'll see what happens. Is there's still quite a bit of racing left to go, but your top four are battling it out for sure. Heading over to the oval, we can still see that there's quite a bit of racing still going on. Chad, Andy, Camden, and Carson battling it out. Chad down low on black lanes. He gets out in front and takes a body off of a guy. Good wreck. Nice little slide job, unsuccessfully made, but man, good hard racing even in the GRC sector. Head back to cam 1 and 2. We'll be back with you in about a minute and 42 seconds.
Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds.
All right, 7 seconds before we go back green. Checking in on chat. Looking pretty good. I really do hope that I got the sound fixed to the quality that people like. I test and tune this stuff before we start using the record, but man, every time it loads up, it seems like it does something a little bit different. So, I don't know. Do the best I can do. Right now, Randy with 144 total laps. Bruce Wilson 113 and Nathaniel 59. The only 3 people to pass the finish line 2 seconds into the heat. Checking out the oval in the meantime. We see Carson there long striding to go over there and take a look at something.
The race starts in 1 minute.
See a little bit of a let off done by Glenn there. 2 of them rushed into Dead Man's Corner. We got a flag on the play. Looks like they're in the S turns. We got a car come off the track. Let's make that a little bit bigger, see what we can see. Jay Latham coming off.
Race starts in 5 seconds.
Glenn staring at the cars. See Carson running back to his car. We've got 3 wide, down low. One of them gets sent to the outside wall. Carson enjoying himself. Carson rocking with the earbuds in. Maybe pull one of them out and listen to the car. Keep that baby in line. Glenn coming back around to go green. into another yellow flag on the wing car race. Jackson rolling around there. Might as well watch a little bit of oval action here. A little neck and neck between Camden and looks like Andy. Camden and Andy down low on black and purple there. Just a little bit of out and back in right there. A purple car. Randy Kirtley also coming out. Sounds like a huge wreck took place over in the oval, because I could hear that behind me. Another wreck here on the orange track for the wing cars, about halfway through on the heat. Randy Kirtley blistering fast there on purple, and he's got a nice little coast now after he's worked on the pinion size a little bit on his car, and I think he actually changed the spur gear too. But a couple weeks ago when he was running this, he couldn't get any coast, and at least he's getting about maybe 1.5 to 3 foot, so that ain't too bad. See Jackson there getting the cars put back on. Like on both sides, they're wrecking about equally. Jackson in a full-blown sprint, getting across there. Lucky this ain't school. No running zone. Ooh, as we see Jay Latham's car get a little bit loose there, come out on the backside there, and the car catches him from behind. Let's see if we can get a view here as he walks around. Can't. It's all good though. We'll see who they are when they get placed on the lane slide here. So it looks like Guillermo was involved in that incident with Glenn. So Jay caused a little bit of a ruckus there as he slipped out, but got back in line as we can see him there coming on the back stretch with Bruce Bullington. This time we see Guillermo coming off yet again on the horseshoe. Possible braid might be up after an incident of such nature. He's going to take a look and see. He's going to run his fingers on it. Roller's right there, Guillermo. You got 2? 3? Okay. So that was Guillermo's third one, they said. I thought it was his second. Anyways, that's how quick he can go, guys. So Guillermo was running 4th now, taking another hit. It's probably going to drop him off a little bit with 48 seconds left to go. He's going to have to rely on other people to come out. The Tangerine is very atomic in its nature, causing severe destruction to a mini eraser. You never know who's going to win. You never know who's going to lose. It all boils down to keeping it on the track. And the track conditions change so much because the guys that were on the track lane before you could have really messed up the braid, and you just don't notice it till you get on. It's always a wise idea to check your lane before you start, just to make sure that it's in good condition here, as we get 2 more cars coming off here. How's it going, Bruce? Nature of the game. 17 seconds left to go. Not going to be too bad. Yeah, there's some people screaming here. Something's going on the oval track. Bruce Fulton also having to set out as he's took a hit. And that's a red flag rotation. Let's take a quick look and see just how bad it hurt Bruce and Guillermo. It dropped their percentages down a little bit, 27, so from the 30s to the 20s, 27 and a 28.6. So a little bit hard hit, but nonetheless, I think they can come back from it, being that Bruce's lowest is a 26, so he can definitely come back from it. Now, Guillermo, on the other hand, his lowest being a 19 is tough hit. That's a tough hit for him, but he's, especially when he's running up in the upper 30s. So will we see him in the podium? He's going to have to be relying on these guys definitely to have to come out their 3X for sure. Randy, Jackson, and Jay kind of running formidably for sure. Jackson and Jay, they're right neck and neck all race long, and they're all running in the upper 30s too. So it's going to be tough. Like I said, almost reliant on them having to come off to be able to catch back up into the podium. Now, I've seen different things before, and I'm sure you have too. Last week, I thought Glenn was going to get it. It just needed one wreck from Randy to take place, and he would have been able to take it. So anything's possible, folks. But you just got to keep your eyes on the race. We still got quite a bit of racing left to go. We're only 2/3 of the way through. We still got a couple more heats, so anything can happen. I'll leave you guys over at the Oval for 1 minute and 30 and be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds.
All right, folks, so a little bit of issue taking place right now on the orange track because they're trying to glue down black lane. So we got her paused up for about 10 seconds. Y'all ready? Watch your lights. All All right, full red lights drop out to green. We're going back racing on the orange. So Guillermo's on black lane. It was rolled up so bad, evidently pulled the braid out, so they had to glue it back down. First community there, Guillermo Shire. Excuse me.
Get ready.
We got a yellow flag, possibly under Dead Man's Corner. Jackson getting his exercise in as he runs around the donut to grab it. Keeping action live. Let's take a look at the oval and what's going on there. We get a yellow flag on it too. Coming up next, the super late model on the oval. Take a small break in between as I'm going to have to change the camera over. My camera 2. This is cam 2, by the way, folks. We're going to move it over to the oval. See Guillermo shot to the outside again, getting hit from behind. Another yellow flag. Looks like a purple car of Jay Latham coming off. Looks like the oval's about to go live though. Looks like Chad might be having some issues with his car. So he's over there in the pits working on it. Looks like he's got the tire tool out. Might be putting a new gear in. There's a cow across our screen. Oh, there's my wife. I caught a little bit of my wife anyway. 1:17 left, and we got another incident. Looks like between Nathaniel and Guillermo. Cow's coming back through. Nathaniel Murden and Guillermo Sire. Jackson taking a double peek underneath. And Gold Dust is going to wreck. Looks like Chad's back in the mix now. Chad on orange there, running a nice high outside. Down low though, we got Andy Daniels in the red car, and he is blistering fast. Cam did not do too bad there on yellow though. 4 red lights drop out to green in our main event wing car race here. Group 20. Seeing a little bit of the spacing in between these guys. Guillermo and Bruce pretty close together. Everybody else pretty spaced out. Jackson and Jay within 4 laps. So we'll see how they end up faring up here towards the last couple heats here. Right now on round robin 6 of 8, halfway through on it. Looks like over in the oval side of things though, they have gotten themselves rotated. Friday nights, we've been having a pretty good showing for the 929 GRC drag race. If you have a GRC or an FCR and you'd like to enter in that, you just need a stomp motor, a 9-tooth pinion, and a 29-tooth crown gear in the rear, and you can get involved in that kind of action. We both hold the stock 850 GRC tire rears, and then we have a open class that we run that is all the way up to 1-inch tires. So we've got two little heads-up races going on in that, and it's been pretty good. Last we had was about 60 cars total for all the races that night, so it was pretty good. The guys had a blast, and we'll appreciate each and every one of them for coming out and hanging out with us. 22 seconds left to go, and the LEDs are glitching. It's funny how these motors can induce so much electricity that it ends up messing with those little 5-volt strips. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but when we moved to our bigger facility, those LED strips are going to be underneath the track instead of on it, because as you can see, they end up damaging themselves a lot. At the end of that heat, round robin 6 of 8. Well, looks like it ain't going to end though, even though it said it was. Got about a hair of a second left.
Race starts in 40 seconds.
And now it's a red flag rotation.
Race starts in 20 seconds.
219 for Randy Kirkland. 199 for Jackson. J.D. Latham getting it within 3 laps of Jackson. Actually gaining a lap on him there. 197 to round up your top 3. I'm going to take this small bit of time here. T, get a clipboard, get a number, 1 through 100 from our racers. It's giveaway time. We had, in the previous race, we had more than 8 racers, so we're going to go ahead and get those 8 racers that were involved and have ourselves a little bit of a giveaway. Got a couple things in mind I want to give away. Let's head over to the oval right now, and you can watch these guys work their way around the old oval track. Andy Daniel, Chad Daniel, Camden, and Carcinogen.
Race starts in 40 seconds.
All right, folks, sorry about that. Camden took home the oval win. Congratulations to Camden. We're having a giveaway right now. I haven't yet to give my wife the numbers, so I don't know any of the numbers the guys have selected, but I'll let you guys know what the number is going to be. It's going to be 99. We'll see if anybody picks that. What we're giving away, let me see if I can get it over here on the cam here while we're waiting on the guys. Giving away one of these. If you can't really tell what that is a body pin tool to help you pin your bodies. And it's, in my opinion, the best body tool that they make. So it's very, very good. You can actually take a regular body pin, cut the head of it off, and stick it in here and cinch it down. It also makes a really good hand drill, because essentially that's what it is, a little hand drill. So it's really, really nice, especially when you're trying to drill out little bitty tiny holes, or you're trying to pin bodies. So pretty cool little giveaway. I like to give away when the guys show up to race and we have more than 8 guys. I definitely like to do giveaways every time to encourage them to come back next time for sure. A lot of the guys are members, but still yet, you know, if you are a member, you know, you should be even more wanting to come, as you're paying the membership prices, and it's more of an incentive to come and race. You know, you get a race for free after you pay the membership. So, you know, definitely come in and join in on the fun and the racing that these guys are doing. Minute and 21 seconds left to go. Randy Kirtley out in the lead by about 22 or so laps. Doing pretty good. Jay Latham still 3 laps down from Jackson, but he's pushing. So he's making about 2 laps, 2/10 of a second median each lap here. What we got going on, man? All right, so the winner of tonight's giveaway for the hard body series is Kinley. Newcomer to the hard body series, and the luck's following her. She got herself a nice body pinning tool. 4 red lights dropping out to green, and we're starting to finish up this race here. We got 2 heats left to go. Or a heat and a half. As we see there on the back stretch, looks like Nathaniel Burton having an incident. Looks like Glenn Burton shot his car there to the outside in the S-turn there. A tricky position for wing cars for sure. It's when they hook really, really good. Sometimes they hook so good that it actually pulls them out of the slot from hooking so good. T getting a quick picture here of the 3 boys on the oval. Let's see if we can get a little look at that. And kind of getting a look of it. You can see their backsides there. There they go. They're breaking apart there to the left side of your screen. Congratulations to Camden on making a victory there on the old oval. 4 red lights drop out to green. We're back racing for the final portions of this race. We're a heat and a half left. If people are going to make a move, they need to make it now. Guillermo Sire coming back up a little bit. Or will it be enough to get that podium? Yeah. Let's swap his song up a little bit. I'm about to snore on this one. There we go. A little bit better. See Bruce rolling around there, hitting the track button as he gets back around. The two cars involved in the incident there, Bruce Bullington and Jay Latham, around the donut portion. Looks like that's a third one for Jay, so he's going to set this the rest of the heat out. 19 seconds. This is giving a little bit of leeway for Guillermo, but is it enough? We see Guillermo's car kind of slip out there right there with 8 seconds left to go. Three seconds left to go in the heat, and Randy Kirtley's going to bring home another heat here. He's going to be tough to catch, guys. Tough to catch here. As we can see on average, 36.9. That's 3 laps per heat on average faster. That's 24 total laps. If you get right down to it, almost 25 total laps per heat, or per race. See you, Camden. Congratulations, man. Camden and Kaylee, I can't recall how to pronounce it, rolling out here tonight. 234, second place Jackson. Jay Latham, 222 for your top 3. We'll take a small break here. I'll leave you with Cam 1 and 2. Be right back with you.
Yeah, do it. Cranky. Race starts in 20 seconds. Thin ice. Your time to shine. Race starts in 5 seconds. 4, 3. Get ready. Yellow flag. Get ready. Yellow flag. Ready. Yellow flag.
All right, folks, I'm back. Had to help Chad out a little bit. Put a soldering pinion on there. I'm pretty good at soldering those ARP pinions onto the gears. I can do it really quick and make the flow really well. Just to make sure that the guys have a good product there. As you guys know, I always like to solder the shaft of the motors first and foremost, and then put just a little bit of flux on there to help it kind of seep into those cracks. And then that gives it a good base to flow your solder from the pinion and melt both of them together and kind of make a fluid boundary there that really holds those pinions exceptionally well when it comes to the stomp motors. Excuse me. Randy Kirtley in the lead with a median of 3.23 smoking speeds here. They're probably not going to catch him here tonight, even if he was to wreck out right now. Just simply because the most I've seen turn tonight was 30-something. So even if he wrecked out now, it'd be very, very tough for Jackson to catch him with 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go. I'll just put it like this. In a professional setting, probably the next 6 or 7 seconds, Randy would run a race. He would probably pull his car because, you know, why not pull the car and save the motor that got you the win? Jackson, though, running a really good race here this weekend, 2:45. Jay trying to push the subject here with about a 1/10 of a second or so better median. But I just don't know if it'll be enough. Now, Guillermo, on the other hand, running several tenths faster, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. The 1 minute and 17 seconds, I think you're looking at your top 3. But then again, I don't know. He's gaining very, very hard on Jay Latham. He's gained 5 laps just in the past few seconds here. If he pushes at this rate for the next 1 minute and 7 seconds, we might see Guillermo Sire actually get Jay Latham. It's 5 laps different. He's able to get 5 laps so far with 7 seconds change. So if nothing changes here, we might see a shootout right at the very, very end. something's going on with Jay Latham's cars. It's completely stalled out on the red lane. He's pulled his controller, so the 1 in a million thing I was telling you guys about just took place here, as we see Guillermo Sayers probably going to now take over that third position here, unless he wrecks out also beforehand. 50 seconds left to go. And there's the change. Guillermo Sayers now in third position, 37 seconds left to go in the heat. Very disappointing for Jay Latham. I know I've been there before in my racing days for sure, and it is nothing worse than having a podium locked down and then having car trouble there right at the end. Jay Latham ran an impeccable race, folks. From start to finish, Jay Latham has been podium all the way up to this final heat with just about 30 seconds left to go. The change of events, who could have guessed it? Nonetheless, it took place. Guillermo, rightfully sitting there for the pickings, was able to get it. And now he's holding it on at 244 total laps. Jay Latham might actually hold on to fourth position, though, with just a few seconds left to go here. Will Randy Kirtley make it to 300? Doesn't look so, but he was close. With 294 to finish it up. So your top three: Randy Kirtley, Action Jackson, also known as Goldust, second place, and Guillermo Sayers to round up your top three. Impeccable race by Randy Kirtley here, untouchable all night long, and Jackson holding that second position all night long. Great racing. Sad turn of events for Jay Latham there towards the end, as he held that podium for the majority of the race, and just right there at the end, you just never know with racing. But that's how it is, folks. I'll put it like this: wing car racing, some of the most finicky cars, some of the most fast cars, and some of the best handling cars. But nonetheless, at the end of it all, you see my wife taking a picture of them at the podium right now. That's all we got for you when it comes to the wing car race here at Lanes Raceway. Let's take a small little break, and we're going to get into our final race for the evening, the 4-inch super late model on the oval. And you guys know it's bound to be a full-blown debacle on that. But we'll see. Things may change. We might have some clean racing. We may have some people letting up and letting each other go by. Who knows? Anything's possible, as we can see here from tonight. The possibilities in the wing car ended up severe for Jay Latham, but good for Guillermo, as he came from a set out and came back and got a podium. So kind of a Cinderella story for Guillermo in this situation. Nonetheless, thank you guys for tuning in for this week's Group 20 wing car race. Come to us next week for the Group 12 GTP on the orange. We won't be running wing car next week. We'll be running the Group 12. God bless you. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. Coming up, 4-inch super late model on the oval.